So good morning and welcome to SCORE Central Jersey's webinar on reopen and re-engage your customers. I think you're going to really enjoy and be able to use all the information that Sheila's going to share with us today. So just quickly, for those of you that may not be familiar with SCORE, SCORE is a nationwide organization of business professionals. We're a resource partner with the Small Business Administration, and our mission is to help small businesses get started. So if you're thinking about starting your business or have just started starting a business, give us a call. We can help you with that. We help small businesses grow. So even if you're in business and need help with a certain aspect of your business, we can do that as well. And then of course, our goal is always to help small businesses prosper and sustain themselves over time. We have about 10,000, over 10,000 mentors and 250 chapters. So you can find us anywhere across the US. The three ways we work are by offering free or a very small charge for in-person seminars. And right now we're doing webinars, of course. You can find all of our webinars listed at our website on centraljersey.score.org. We offer lots and lots of resources. So basically any question you have about small businesses and how to do all the things that small businesses do, you can find in our resources, and those are all for free. Again, by going to our website. And I think the most important thing we do is offer mentoring. We work one or two of SCORE mentors with clients, and we can work with you through your business journey as long as you need us. So again, go to our website, search for a mentor, and we would love to be working with you. So now this morning, why we're really here, is to hear what Sheila Donovan has to say about reopening and re-engaging customers. Sheila is the founder of Real Clear Marketing. Has a great lot of information for you. And Sheila, thank you for working with SCORE, and thank you for doing this presentation for us today.
Well, thank you, Jane, and thank you so much for inviting me to do this presentation today. It's my pleasure to work with you guys. I think you offer so much to small businesses. And so today, what we're going to talk about is reopening and re-engaging your customers using digital marketing. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right in and just share my screen and start the presentation. Okay, so today we're talking about reopen and re-engage. My contact details are on the front of this presentation. If anybody wants to reach out to me, you'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, and also on LinkedIn. And I have a phone number as well. So let's just move on. So my goal for today, I think every presentation should start with a goal. And I want to show you how to create audiences on Facebook and Instagram using one unique strategy. And I can't stress that enough. There's a lot of people out there that have all different types of strategies. What I'm teaching today is an efficient, low-cost strategy to build an audience inexpensively. And I'm going to talk about what you should promote and how to test audiences and offers, text, ad copy, and the like inexpensively. And I also have a free guide called Rebound Marketing. You can find it on my website, realclearmarketing.com/rebound marketing. A little bit about me. I have 25 years of global marketing experience. I had a global marketing company, and the companies that I served included Dell, DHL, Forbes, LL Bean, National Geographic, very large companies. And I learned so much over the years. And I sold the global marketing company in October of 2019. And this is not my first time at the crisis rodeo. I had two major pivots in my business. So I want to let you know that I've been there before, and I've experienced great challenges in my business where I had to learn how to pivot. And the first was, of course, the 9/11 tragedy. But shortly after that, you might remember the anthrax issue that showed up, anthrax in the mail. And I was in the direct mail business at that time. doing direct mail around the world, we were shut down full stop. It just completely stopped our business. And then the second major one is the European privacy regulations. And I decided this time to pivot out of global marketing because the privacy compliance regulations in the EU are really difficult. Now I help small businesses learn how to use digital marketing. I want to share with you some important facts about digital marketing today. To get your content seen on social media, you have to pay to play, because only 1% to 2% of your followers or fans will see your content organically. Facebook controls their newsfeed. Instagram controls their newsfeed. LinkedIn controls their newsfeed. And they organic growth is really a thing of the past. So you do have to pay to play. But the good news is that you can advertise with a low and moderate budget. And the best news is that you can test and develop an audience inexpensively. And that's what I'm going to show you today. I want to share some important terms and marketing math. Yes, you do have to spend money to make money, but like I said, you don't have to spend a fortune, and you can test and build an audience inexpensively. How much should you spend to acquire a new customer? Well, that depends on the LTV, or the lifetime value of your customer. For me, I don't mind paying as much as $10 for a new customer, but if you're selling a low-cost item, you may want to spend less, but you have to think about your relationship with the customer over the lifetime of that relationship. So I always talk about lifetime value of a customer, because you may think, gee, I don't want to spend more than $1 or $2. Well, what's your relationship with that customer? How much will you earn over their lifetime? So to acquire that relationship or begin a relationship with them, you have to understand your marketing math. So important terms when looking at marketing math are cost per thousand, cost per click, return on ad spend. And I'm going to introduce you to a technique where we are going to use all of these techniques and technologies so that you can build your customer audience inexpensively. So I want to talk about why digital marketing is so powerful. It is because it lets you inside the head of the consumer. Now, we all have one brain. And for simplicity's sake, I'm going to talk about how we break our thoughts down into two relatively distinct groups: our personal life and our work life. In our work life, you might be thinking about something like your health benefits, your promotion, deadlines, vendor selection, team building, whatever you do in your job. There's certain thoughts that you will have about accomplishing your work. In your personal life, you might be thinking about health, personal safety, college funds, elder care, youth soccer, or something as simple as what's for dinner. Now, in the digital world, we act upon our thoughts by clicking on things. If we see advertisements, posts, videos that interest us, we click on them. And the art and science of digital marketing is learning how to monetize people's interests on digital marketing to attract them to your business, because everything we click on is stored and analyzed and recorded as interest. Now, don't worry, your exact history of everything you click on is not shared with the whole world. It's more or less categorized into interests, so advertisers can find people that are interested in vacations, dining out, home improvements, whatever the case may be. The marketing funnel is the #1 strategy for digital marketers. It's an automated process of identifying prospects and converting them to customers. And I'm going to focus on social media ads for awareness in this presentation. Now, in terms of a marketing funnel, we start at the top and we work our way down. And basically, this describes the customer journey and their relationship with your business. In the awareness category, they first become aware of your business, and they might see a video, they might get a piece of direct mail, they might see a post, they might see something on Facebook. And that's going to be a very large group of people. And some people are flatly not interested. Those are the people in red. There's some people that are moderately interested. And then those golden people who you can convert to customers. Now, the next stage of the marketing funnel requires more action on the part of the consumer. So think about it. Awareness, you see something on social media, any platform, and you scroll right by it. Well, you're not really engaged with it. Once you start to click on an ad or a video or watch something online or read a post, you are engaged. The next stage is discovery, where you actually take the action that's requested in the advertisement. Normally, ads will say things like sign up, learn more, register, call, or they may even come to your location if you have a brick and mortar business. And of course, purchase is self-explanatory. They become a customer, and we want everybody to become a customer. And those are those golden prospects that you can convert to customers. Then you want to retain your customers. I just talked about lifetime value, and you want to keep customers as long as you possibly can, as long as it makes sense for your business. In terms of digital advertising, there's always an objective. And the objectives range from awareness, where somebody just learns about your business, to conversions, where they become a customer. And we're going to focus on consumer behaviors, and digital marketing does focus on consumer behaviors. And creative and ad copy should vary based on the objective. If somebody knows nothing about your business, you are going to have to approach them differently than if somebody is an existing customer and knows you, or if somebody has engaged with your content online. Maybe they signed up for your offer or your coupon or your video series, whatever it is. So you have to treat people differently and engage with them differently, and your ad copy and your text and your images should reflect that. And I'm going to focus on social media ads for awareness, the top of the funnel in this presentation. So these are the digital advertising objectives that are available to you in Facebook. There's awareness, consideration, and conversion. Now let's take a look at Pinterest. There's awareness, consideration, and conversion. So those are the three main categories when you're running paid ads on social media. So in the awareness category on Facebook, you have brand awareness and reach. And that is the top of the funnel. Again, that's the largest group of people. I'm going to show you shortly how you can target it down to people that are most likely going to be interested in your product or service. But that is the widest group of people possible. It is the top of the funnel, and it's also the least expensive in terms of advertising options. Moving on to engagement, where they engage with your content and discover more about your business. And those objectives are traffic to your website, not to your store. Engagement, you may have them watch your video. If you have an app, you may ask them to install it. Video views is another form of consideration. Lead generation, where they fill out a form or sign up. Or on Facebook, they can send you messages, which is also a great way to engage with people. And then conversion, that's the probably more expensive middle price range. So in terms of engagement with the consumer, the more actions they take, the more expensive it is to advertise. So you can choose to completely skip the awareness phase and go to the consideration phase, but understand you'll be paying more for those ads because those people are worth more. Again, everything we do online is tracked and analyzed, so Facebook can put your ad in front of people that are likely to click on it, which would be a traffic engagement, or somebody who is likely to download an app. And the bottom of the funnel is where people purchase and also retention. And those are known as conversions. You can also have catalog sales, store traffic, and they're going to be adding online purchases or online purchases via Facebook or Instagram in the very near future. Facebook knows people that are likely to buy online and people that are likely to sign up for a webinar series, download a coupon. So you can see the more engaged somebody is, the more valuable that person is in terms of advertising, and the more expensive it's going to be. Now in Facebook and Instagram land, there's two distinct types of ads: boosted posts and those ads that you can run through Ads Manager. And that requires a little bit more advanced skill. There's more features, and you can target specific actions like I just showed you. Boosted posts, you don't have as many options, but it's very easy to use, and it allows for retargeting, and it's a very economical way to build an audience. So let's dive in here. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So in Facebook and Instagram boosted posts, some things you want to consider are your audience. Specifically, who do you want to target? The objective. What type of behavior do you want to find on Facebook? Creative. How are you going to catch their attention? Text. What are you going to say to them? And call to action. What do you want them to do? Sign up, learn more, watch a video. And the goal is to narrow the audience first. And this one technique I'm going to teach you, which I use all the time when I test new audiences, it allows you to narrow the audience before I pay for those much more expensive ads. So this is a very economical way to do that. Now, in the world of consumer targeting, there's something known as demographics. You want to clearly understand the locations you're targeting. I target the entire United States, but true confession, I usually focus more on the major cities than the rural areas because I do better in the major cities. But you might just be targeting a specific county. Like I live in Morris County, New Jersey. You might be also targeting a 25-mile radius around your location. If you don't want to travel too far, or if you have an office that's located somewhere, people will only travel so far to come to your business. What's the gender of your ideal target audience or your ideal customer? It may not matter. If you own an Italian restaurant, both men and women like Italian food. But if you have a product that is geared towards women, you would want to obviously identify that gender in your targeting. Age range, you may have a product that age is not important. Again, the Italian restaurant example, people of all ages eat Italian food. But if you were targeting specific ads, let's say you had an early bird special for seniors, then age becomes important. Age also becomes important if you're doing something like retirement planning and those type of things. You may want to focus on a much older audience. Or if you have a product geared towards millennials, you want millennials. Income may or may not matter. If you have a product where income is important, luxury vacations, something very expensive, income does become a factor. Education level may or may not matter. If you're selling, college courses or there's some requirement for education, it becomes important. But it also does become important on certain products. So for example, if you were selling opera tickets, highly educated people are more likely to be interested in opera than somebody who is not highly educated. So you have to understand the education level of your audience only in certain areas. It doesn't apply to everyone, but if it does, you want to include that. Presence of children. Do you have a product or service that is geared towards families or children? And marital status may not matter at all, but maybe it does. If you're promoting something for couples, marital status is important. Lifestyle indicators. So those are those thoughts that people act on when online. Are they foodies? Are they interested in beauty, busy moms, sports, investing? What are their interests? And we can track those down based on what people click on online. Emotional triggers. What is the pain and pleasure points, likes and dislikes? If you can solve a problem for someone or help them envision the pleasure they'll get from using your product or service, people respond to that. You want to relate to those pain and pleasure points or likes and dislikes. So think about some of the luxury vacation spots that you see. They always show people having a good time. They try to bring you with them on this beautiful vacation. So they try to create an experience, and experiences are very emotionally driven for most people. Business targeting, firmographics is the equivalent of business demographics. You want to know the location of the companies you're targeting, industries, number of employees, annual sales. Job function of the decision maker. Do you sell to the president, only engineers, buyers, managers? Gender is only important, again, if you sell to if you're in a certain industry that is dominated by one gender or another. So for example, the engineering industry, very male dominated, so is the construction industry, but it may not matter. And if it doesn't matter, don't use it. Problem that you solved. What problem do you solve for the business? Or how can you improve their business? Are you going to help them with inefficiency, communications, accounting, employee benefits, staffing issues? So you want to focus again in the business world, a pain and gain kind of situation is the problem that you solve for them. So Facebook and Instagram ads targeting, I just want to share one example before I dive into the demonstration. So I took a 25-mile radius around Morris Plains, New Jersey. I was going to run some Facebook and Instagram ads. And in this example, I wanted to find millennials with children. And that's 25 to 39 years old, 25 miles around Morris Plains, and the ages of their children. You can see that's a potential reach of 61,000 people. And that's what's available on Facebook and Instagram. If I narrow that down, if I'm doing this for a restaurant and I want to find people that are likely to dine out, I would target those interests such as Olive Garden, Applebee, TGIF, the big chain competitors. That takes the potential reach down to 29,000 people. So I would not waste my time and money talking to people that are not really interested in these chain restaurants. And this interest in these chain restaurants is a big indicator that they obviously like chain restaurants. So it narrows down the audiences and helps you target. Now let's take a look at the other end of the spectrum, baby boomers. 25 miles around Morris Plains, there's 180,000 of them. But I'm looking for people that are interested in home improvements, those people that are likely to sell, those baby boomers that are getting ready to sell their house, that want to spruce it up to get the best amount of money they possibly can when they sell it. So two key interests I could focus on are home improvements and retirement. That takes 180,000 person audience and narrows it down to 35. So you can see the power of targeting. It really takes a large group of people and narrows it down to those most likely to buy your product or service based on their interests. So if you want to set up a target audience for Facebook or Instagram, you must have a business page. You can find so much information on Facebook's site itself, helping you set up a business page. Once you set up a business page, you automatically have an ads account. Then you're going to log into your ads account, click on create an audience. And again, this is all outlined in my free download, but I'm going to show you a demo right now. So let me just share my screen. I'm going to stop this presentation and I'm going to share with you Ads Manager. So I am in my Ads Manager account, and Facebook always changes this, but you're always looking for their tools section. See, it says business tools. You could even Google it if you had to. They always move it around. But at the moment, it's these series of dots to the left. I'm going to click on that. And that's where it says I can look at business settings, ad reporting, billing, account quality. Today, we're going to take a look at audiences. And I'm going to create a new audience. So I'm going to just change my account. And I'm going to click on create an audience, and I want to click on saved audience. And then I'm going to just give this a name, test. And I want to find in a 25-mile radius around my town of Boonton, New Jersey. So I'm going to type in Boonton, New Jersey, and town of Boonton. It comes right up. And it says a 1-mile radius. I'm going to increase this to maybe 25 miles. And there's 6.3 million people. This is a huge area. We're very densely populated in this section of New Jersey, and it spills over a little bit into New York. Now, I only want people that are ages 30 to, I'm going to say 55, or that's good. And I want people interested in home improvements. And in home improvement interests. And then I'm going to ask it for a few suggestions. I could use interior design, renovation, home repair, furniture. There's so many of them. I'm just going to pick a few so I can narrow down my audience. I may also want to target people that are interested in Home Depot, because if you're looking for home improvements, you will often go to Home Depot or Lowe's. So I'm going to click on the Home Depot, the Home Depot. Now over to the right, as you can see, it says their audience is 60 million people. And then it says the Home Depot, that's employers. So you want to be careful when you select your target that it's the right one, because it could be an employer, it could be Depot Home. So the Home Depot, that makes sense. They have a lot of people following them. So now it's taken my 6 million size audience down to 1.7 million. So I'm just going to say this test home. Okay, and then I'm just going to say create saved audience. But I'm just going to give it a little slightly different name here so I can easily find it later. And create saved audience. So that is how you can create a saved audience. You just click on create audience and you should definitely have your interests ready. So let's go back to our presentation now. All right, so we've set up the target audience and now I want to run my first ad and it's an awareness ad. So the goal is awareness. I just want to narrow the audience cost effectively. I'm unlikely to sell anything. That is not the goal here. Now, if you remember with the 3 types of ads, this first level of ad, I just want to make them aware of my product and service. Selling is not the goal. Now, in this case, I'm going to use videos because videos are very popular, very hot online, and that is a great way to build engagement. And so I want people to self-identify, and I want to test audiences to determine which performs better. I also want to test images or videos to identify the best performer. So let me just go to my demo right now. So bear with me a second while I change screens again. So I'm going to pull this over here. Now this is my Real Clear marketing page. And this is an ad that I ran. And this is a very short video. And I reached 794 people. 641 of them actually watched the entire video, and then there were 16 engagements, meaning that now 16 people clicked on it. I'm just trying to build an audience here, so I know who to target when I go to the more expensive ads. But the beauty of this is that it is only 3 cents a piece. So I showed the video for only 3 cents a piece, and it was 3 cents for the through plays. Actually, more people saw it. 794 people saw the ad. Now, the beauty of these type of ads is it gives you a lot of information. So it shows me that ages 35 to 44 and the placements, this was in-stream videos, and also the locations, California, Texas, New York. So this gives me a lot of information in terms of understanding who is responding to my ads. And I think I spent $30 on this entire ad. You could spend less. I'm going nationwide, so I tend to spend more, but you could start with a modest budget of something like $5 to $10 per day. So that'll give you some idea. I'm going to return to this in just a moment. So let me just share my screen again here. Back to the presentation. So we went through the steps for building the audience and I showed you the results, but this is the results from my Memorial Day weekend. So Memorial Day, I did a promoted video. I spent $8.89. It was 2 cents per result. And I had a result rate of 67.42%. And it performed very well. And these are just thinning the audience, narrowing the audience, so I know who I want to show more expensive ads to. Again, I'm marketing nationwide. It gives me a good breakdown by major metropolitan area. So Albany, Georgia, all of these, Albany, Schenectady, Troy, but I can easily see which areas are performing best. So I might eliminate some areas. I often don't market in North Dakota and South Dakota because I get no results, so I don't bother. And this is the most interesting part. So this demographic detail of that video ad, I was very surprised to learn how many men actually watched it. So the male audience is on the right, and you can see age 35 to 44 had a high number of through plays and a high reach. Now, Facebook showed it to a lot of males, but it's interesting that I even got their engagement. And this taught me something, because I always think that I do, I want to target women. Well, men respond as well. So I learned quite a bit from this ad. Now, why do people click on a video? The simple reason is because they're curious, and people like to be entertained and learn something. So what to put in your video? You want to put videos or images of you or your business or something eye-catching. Now, if you're really camera shy, I'm going to show you some tools you can use a little bit later. But if you have a business where you're the personality, if you can convince yourself to get on video, that would be great. There's so many tools out there that will help you make a good video. If you're using stock video or images, use images of happy people and bright colors. That is what is working best on social media right now, especially with this COVID crisis. People want happiness and they respond to things that are bright and happy. What not to put in your video? Your logo. Now, a short flash of your logo at the end is okay. I tend to do that. If I can get you to watch a whole video, I try to throw the brand out there at the end, but some people just put their video through the whole thing. That's not what videos are about on social media. You want to kind of do that at the end. Don't put large blocks of text, because the ad might be rejected, the video might be rejected, and people are not happy to read all this kind of stuff in a video. You don't want to use dark images, sad people, anything political or anything offensive. What should you offer? Well, it depends on your business. You could offer a video series, a helpful guide, a gift certificate, not a coupon. I always recommend these days especially to use the term gift certificate, not a coupon. Gift certificate has a higher perceived value just by virtue of the word. This has been tested for countless decades in the advertising world, and it always works better, gift certificate. Many tools are available to help you deliver this content. I recommend you can check out MailChimp, Lead Pages, Active Campaign. I also have a list of my favorite tools, and whenever possible, take people to your website so you can retarget them. So what should your ad look like? What should your video look like? Well, there's no one answer for this, but develop a brand identity and stick with it. And so these are the colors I tend to use for real clear marketing on Instagram and on Facebook. And I'm going to start using them on LinkedIn because it's recognizable and it's a recognizable look. Think about any logo, McDonald's, Nike, they have a similar look they use over and over again. So that's kind of how you brand your video without throwing your logo all over the place. Colors, images, sounds, if you're using music, or yourself, your face. That's a great way to brand your content. Now, my favorite tools for creating videos are Canva, which is a free graphics and video creator, and it's easy to use, and there's countless templates and designs. And Pexels, you can get tons of free stock images and videos. So let me just open up Canva and give you a quick demo of that right now, because I think it's a great tool, and I want to show you how easy it is to use Canva. So let me just log into my Canva account. Any second, here we go. So this is my Canva account. Now the beauty of this is they have so many templates. If you want to create a Facebook video, a Facebook post, a book cover, there's just countless. If I wanted to do something for social media, an Instagram story. And the beauty of this is it's all done for you. So let's just go back to a Facebook video, and I'm going to just pick any template. So Cash Aquarius. And I would apply all 10 pages. Now you could just customize this for your business. You can replace the images behind it. You could insert new video, but we have a ready-made video for use on social media. So you can see it's pretty clever and it's nice looking. So if you need a quick way to create images and videos for social media, I highly recommend Canva. So now let's go to Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S. And this is where you can find all kinds of stock images and videos. So if I was looking for an image of a bird, there are countless ones. Up here, I can change it from photo to video and video. So if you were looking for birds, there's just countless categories. Just search. And the only thing they ask is that you give credit to the author, because these are all free. And this is my favorite site for creating social media graphics and videos. So let's just go back to the presentation. So we've talked about Canva and Pexels, and you've just seen the demo. Now I want to give you some inspiration, because it's so hard to decide what to do with your videos. Now, Fidelity is a big investment firm, and I want to show the video on the left. I can't actually play it, but if you see it online, this is a guy just rolling around with a bunch of puppies. It is a real scroll stopper. Everybody's gonna, it catches your eye. Like, what's he doing? It's very curious. Now, Fidelity puts their logo all over everything. A lot of financial big investment firms will do that. That has something to do with the FINRA regulations that they have to comply with. There's the center one is all about their new app, and it's a very clever video. And the right one is about fractional investing. It's a very clever video about apples. Why do I show you this? Because of the creativity. They use puppies, they use an image of their app, and something about apples. So be creative when you're creating your content. It doesn't always have to be the same image over and over and the same video over and over. People will respond to unique content. So their images are evolving, they're more fluid, and they're more real life. And State Farm has done the same thing. Their images are evolving, their content is evolving. And this is all about being a Jake, these videos, a Jake State Farm agent. They're actually pretty funny. So they're not talking about car insurance, home insurance, but they are building their brand and they are engaging with people. So Home Depot has some very clever ads. They always focus on the season. So in this case, this young man is measuring something, and of course they have the garden stuff. Home Depot runs an average of like 700 ads at any given moment. They spend a lot on social media ads. They also have their mainstay ads. Like, who knew you could get luggage at Home Depot, but you can also get a mattress and shelves. So they have seasonal ads, and they also have their core product requirement. Now, I'm not saying you have to run all 700 ads like Home Depot does. I'm just showing you that diversity for product offering is a good thing if you have a wide array of products. Now, what you've just learned is only one method. And we talked about awareness, consideration, and conversions. And again, they get more expensive as you move up the chain in terms of the type of ad. So awareness is a great place to start to build an audience, because you can retarget that audience. Online retargeting means online advertisements are served to people who have already visited your site, they're contacting your database, or they've engaged with you online. So if you've ever looked online for a pair of shoes, a vacation, a car, all of a sudden it starts showing up in your Facebook feed and everywhere else. That's because you're being retargeted by that advertiser. Now, many platforms record video views starting at 3 seconds. For retargeting purposes, I prefer much more engaged audiences. And let me show you what I mean. So I showed you how to create an audience on Facebook. You can also create an audience of people that have watched your videos. And this is a highly effective strategy to build an engaged audience. So these are some of the videos that I have run recently. I'm not interested in retargeting or advertising again to people that have only watched 3 seconds of my video. So I target people that have watched at least half of my video, 75%, 95%, and people that Facebook considers through plays, because those people are more engaged and worth my investment of time and money. So this is yet another custom audience that you can build on Facebook. Now, I have an audience currently of about 2,300 engaged people that I currently serve ads to. And I do very refined targeting. Don't forget, I'm targeting the whole US. And I'll continue to build this, and people will fall off, this list as well if they're not engaged over time. But small is the new black. So Facebook and Instagram boosted posts again, the audience, you have to think about specifically who do you want to target? What type of behavior do you want Facebook to find? How are you going to catch their attention? What will you say to them? What do you want them to do? And the goal is to narrow the audience first. So one last thing I want to show you that I forgot to demonstrate here is how you actually boost that post. So I'm going to go back to my Facebook page and show you how you can boost that post. So with using our target audience. So bear with me just a second while I get to that page. You'll notice it says boost post here. Don't boost every post, pick some of your best posts and boost those. So if I wanted to boost this again, I could choose to get more website purchases. That is not my goal, but if you're selling something online, maybe that's what you want to do. I want to get more video views, and it's offering up some audiences, my custom audiences. I have a lookalike audience, but I have all of these other audiences. I break the US down into regions, but if I selected this audience, I would click on that. Then I would scroll down and select my budget. Nationwide, I'd want to spend $50. But if you're doing something local, $10 will do it. You can place it on Facebook and Instagram. It should be fine. You want to see how it looks over here to the right. And here's my ad copy. And up here, it will give you an opportunity to see all previews. So I can see how it looks in the desktop news feed. And I can also see how it looks on Instagram. You want to make sure you, oops, let me just close that. You want to make sure that you check that out so that it displays nicely, because the size of images and graphics on Facebook differs from the size on Instagram. If you have a pixel on your website, you can track people and retarget them in the future. You can change your start and end date and your budget. On a local, and it will tell you over here, estimated daily reach, 0 to 6 people. Obviously, the more you spend, that should go up. If I hit refresh, I'm not going to do that, but it will give you an estimate. But it's a good way to build your audience, and you can use any or all of the custom audiences that you've created. Okay, so we're going to start wrapping things up here. All right, so we went through. You want to know who you're targeting, what type of behavior. In video view, in the boosted post, you can have video views or send them to your website to buy something. What will you say? What action do you want them to take? Now, there are other strategies, but I want to tell you that small and engaged followings is the new black. So when I started in this in 2016, you had to have thousands and thousands of followers. Now it's the other end of the spectrum. If you can have a small engaged group of customers and prospects and people interested in your product and service, you will do much better. Instagram, and one strategy on Instagram that has worked well for me, I've been able to build my following for Real Clear Marketing from 0 in February to now, which is July, to 1,100 followers. And all I do is like and comment on people's posts, and they tend to follow you back. And now I'm engaged with them and can sell them my services. LinkedIn, again, another strategy is to like and comment, but to pick a target audience and stick with it. This is one of the things I see a lot of small businesses, they'll try to market to women and then say, no, let me try men, or they try to market to seniors and say, let me try millennials. Stick with an audience, because it does take a while. I mean, it can take a couple of months really to build a decent audience. So you have to stick with it. And I want to quickly talk about the future of marketing, because something I think every small business owner should have on their radar is voice marketing. And that would be Alexa, Siri, Bixby, and Google Assistant. So how can you get started in that right now? Well, Alexa, stop. They are reading from Google right now. So make sure that your business listing on Google is up to date and accurate. And something else that's coming along quickly is OTT, which is over the top television. And that's people that have cut the cord from their local cable company and are using streaming services such as Hulu, Prime, Fubo, YouTube TV. So there's going to be great opportunity to advertise on these platforms in the future. So we've had a tough time these past few months with the pandemic. So I want to encourage you all to look forward. Whatever you focus on, you will get more of. That's a Tony Robbins quote. So I hope you found this helpful. Do grab my free guide if you're so interested. Here are my contact details, and I'm going to open it up right now to any questions that anybody might have. So,
yeah, Sheila, could you give us just a little bit more information on those new technologies? Just a little bit more of when do you think they're coming, and how do I pay attention to that?
The new technologies are here right now in terms of voice activated stuff. People can talk to their cars, people can talk to their refrigerators in their home, but we're going to see, that's called ambient computing, and we're going to see people talking to their devices for more of their life activities in the future, setting appointments, ordering food, things like that. So just make sure that your Google business listing is up to date. Over-the-top television is available right now. It's wide open. So that's something that I'm taking a serious look at because it's, you know, the new turf. So getting in front of those customers. I do want to talk briefly about TikTok, which is taking the world by storm. There's a lot of interest in TikTok, and people are jumping right on the bandwagon. It may have some business value in the future, but many countries are beginning to block TikTok because of their concern that the Chinese Communist Party is going to get the data. I read in the Wall Street Journal today that TikTok may move their headquarters out of China, but that's an up and coming technology. But I do want to caution everybody that, you know, find your lane, get in it, and stick with it. I mean, jumping all over the place, if you're all over the place, you're, you know, everything to everyone and nothing to no one, because it's hard to build an audience. So you're always safe with Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is a great place too. Pinterest, if you're in the creative, I mean, they all kind of operate the same as I've just outlined. So those are my thoughts on the future of marketing. I'm going to stop sharing or leave that. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing. So I'm going to give it back to you, Jane.
And I lost my screen. Sorry. One more question, and you sort of hit on it when you were wrapping up before, but if I'm a new business, a relatively new business, and I'm kind of just starting on my marketing, can you just give me a couple of tips about where the best place to start would be, and how do I get going on that? Because it's overwhelming with all the options.
It is. Depending on the type of business that you have, Facebook and Instagram are always a safe bet. If you have a younger audience, a more millennial audience, I would focus your efforts on Instagram. If you have a very B2B audience, business to business, let's say you're an attorney or an accountant, you may want to take a look at LinkedIn. Facebook is always a safe bet for most type of service-based businesses, home improvement, spa services, yoga, those type of things. So Facebook and Instagram, and I'm putting a lot more effort these days in Instagram, and I'll give you an insider secret. Ads on Instagram seem to be cheaper than they are on Facebook. So to answer your question, Facebook and Instagram at the moment. If you strictly want a business audience, I would consider LinkedIn.
Thank you very much. I think we're running to our time limit right now, but I'd like to remind everybody that we're still in COVID. There are a lot of resources that we have on our website, which is listed on the screen. And again, our Central Jersey website. Sheila's presentation will be posted on our website early next week. Give us a couple days to get it there, and then you can go back and review the whole presentation and the good things she has shared with us, plus contact her and get her booklet for reviewing of what we did today. Mm-hmm. We would love to mentor you. We would love to talk to you. So contact us and best of luck with your business development and business growing. Sheila, thank you again so much. This was an excellent presentation, a lot to absorb, but I'm going to go back and go through it again. And there are a lot of really, really good tips for small business owners.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for working with SCORE.
Yeah, and if I may jump in and say, for anybody starting a business or in very early days of their business or needs help with their business, SCORE is a resource that's free to you, and there's a wealth of knowledge. Just the wealth of knowledge that is available to you and the advice that you'll get, you're not alone. And SCORE is a resource that you should absolutely tap into if you're struggling in your business for any reason. They are there to help. Great people, great advice. No reason not to call them. Definitely call Central Jersey SCORE. They'll be happy to help you. Thanks everybody for attending. And that's it. Thank you.
Bye-bye.